Maybe this is kind of like the old way of decorating under a cloche. You decorated your lamp. Ooh, I thought this hanging lamp was super cute. Mid-century modern, but I think it'd fit in a cabin. It'd fit in like a traditional home. Very multi-purpose. Hey guys, I'm out thrifting today. Same thing I do every Thursday. And I'm going to turn the camera around. I would say the first stop was successful. So first stop, we got a green flower jar canister and this awesome scale. It's like a bluish green color and I like it a lot. My girlfriend Hillary got a new cat, and so wherever I go, I always see cat things and send her pictures, just to be silly. Another stop I made this morning had a mug rack 2. It had been spray painted white and not a good spray paint job, but it was only $1.50 also. This one was in the dollar range. Looks like someone donated a collection of platters. They're all a little bit different. I do link all the places that I visit, whether I videotape there or not that week, down in the description if you want to check that out. This looked like pink depression glass, but I really couldn't tell for sure. I think obviously it would have had a lid, but I just couldn't tell if it was old or new, but it was pretty. I know a lot of people are looking for this kind of like sandwich glass. Not really my thing. And in this shop, they have some areas with some more vintage things. This one had been broken really badly and replaced. Then there were some neat pieces, like old toys. I don't even know what they would have been, kind of like models. They had descriptions on what kind of tool it was on the bottom. You'll see those here in a sec. The man that's supposed to be like doing the wheel, he was broken.
Freak, wipe, and I'm done.
All of these angel eyes were so scary. I don't know. I did not call my name. Of course I'm attracted to green. This one, the floral motif had rubbed off or gotten stuck in the dishwasher, so I left it, but it's funny how it works out because I saw another one at Brass Armadillo in much better shape, but not something that I typically find, and then I find 2 today. Ooh, these white plates remind me of home. This is what we had growing up. And the giraffes totally remind me of my mother-in-law. She is an avid giraffe collector. I don't know if it was last week, but I picked up a Texas ware bowl here. This one had a big gash on it, and I'm glad I realized that before I purchased it, but I had gotten really excited because it's a bigger version of the one I had already picked up. And that one is sold already too. This shop has a lot of like Target closeout stuff. I really liked this blanket. It was more of a plum color. If it had been green, I probably would have gotten it. Sometimes the old Target stuff is really expensive, but this was a whole king-size duvet set for like $20, and I thought that was a great deal. I have a king bed, not my color though. If you are in the Des Moines area and looking for furniture, this is a great place to frequent. This table and 4 chairs were in really good condition for $100. This signed drawing was just calling my name. I thought the dog was very well done. Put it in a black frame, and I thought it would look good with this piece of art that's in my boys' bathroom. I like the coloring on this little matte planter. It didn't have any markings on the bottom, and it had a massive crack in it, so I just went ahead and left it. Okay, finally found something else. I spent probably more money than I typically would, but I haven't had much luck today other than the first stop. So kind of gave myself a project. So what I got at St. Vincent de Paul, this is a bunny, and I immediately thought he was a planter. It says 1983, made in Japan. I can't tell what that other thing says. But I just did a Google search. I didn't even use the lens feature. And while I thought he was a planter, he actually is supposed to come with a lid and a ladle, and it's a tureen. So Easter is a few days away. So caught my eye, even though probably it's too late to get this out to somebody's house for Easter. But grabbed that. It was $5.78. But after pulling it up, they consistently go for more, although, you know, having the lid would be even better. Then I grabbed this charcoal sketch, I think it is. I thought the dog was really well done, and it is a 1984. It's signed. I don't like the frame at all. This is what I spent more on because it's just for me, and I think I'm going to put it in the bathroom with that sketch of the guy, but I want to get a frame for this. I did find a black frame in the store, but it wasn't quite the right proportion. So I'm going to need to take this home, measure the paper, and then I'm probably either going to want, it's kind of an off-white because I put it next to a white mat. I either want to get a white mat or a black mat, but it next to the white mat, it definitely looked yellowed and aged or whatever on this paper. So it's a little wrinkly. Hopefully it'll flatten out when I frame it, but I know where it's going. Okay, this frame caught my eye. I thought maybe it would be the right size for that sketch. I really like religious things. I'm not really sure why, but I'm drawn to it. Now, the interesting thing is look here at the back. So I spent some time looking that up. The patina and character on these basketballs would just be perfect for a display in a boys' room or your game room. Okay, the only thing I got was that picture, and so I thought I don't want to wait until I get home to see if it has a sampler in it, because if it doesn't have a sampler in it, then I shouldn't have bought it. I don't know if I'll be able to get it out with my fingernails, but we're going to try. And I don't have any tools. Ooh, I got that one. I mean, we know there's a sampler under there. Oh, that one's bad. Okay, I haven't looked yet. I didn't cheat. I'm not sure if I got it enough. There is a sampler under there. Looks pretty good. I think I'm gonna need 2 hands. So this old picture had some creases in it, and what they had done was put this, I don't even know, it's like a different style of duct tape. It's almost like fabric. But I had seen this on the outside of that cardboard, and I almost thought it was tin. So on the edges here, this was all stuck to The sampler. It is a 1927. So I am excited. It was worth the 15 because Brooke looked at the back and paid attention. I had never seen a silver compote etched or engraved like a trophy. So I did get this compote silver plate. I'm drawing a blank on what I was gonna say, but anyway, I did end up paying $1 for it because I rounded up so that the animals could have 25 cents. So I went back to Salvation Army because I had Snapchatted my sister if she wanted me to get these. They're gingerbread houses for $1, and they do expire, but we don't eat them anyway. We just decorate them. So I got 10. I like seashells for some reason, and I just sold a seahorse, but mine was actually a real skeleton, and this seahorse looked like it was resin. But the rest of this stuff looked neat, looked real, authentic. I'm not sure it sells the best though, but I like it. This piece is so weird and unique. So I looked up that last name, and there's a couple different ones in Des Moines, but none of them were like good reports, more like child abuse and negative things. So even though I thought it was pretty cool, I just couldn't get it. Bit here, but hello. Yes, please. I spent a lot of time in this booth debating this carved lamp. I think if the shade was original, I would have been much more interested. So these vintage canisters had plastic tops and then glass for the rest of it. I liked them. And then next to it, this piece I thought was unique, but it also looked new. And then this candy ribbon canister caught my eye. Oh, found something else for your goose kitchen. More ducks. Only $2.50. It's nice and thick and heavy, and you get some cobweb with it. When I first looked at this, I'm like, why do they have a lock on a sewing box? Because for me, it just looked like sewing. But then I got to thinking, oh, it's probably a travel suitcase, Brooke. Duh. Okay, I just got home. I didn't have time to share at the last couple places. So at the very last place, I got this 10-foot folding table. And the reason I didn't have time is because I was trying to strategize my shopping based off of when I had to pick up cash from school. So I didn't make it to every place that I wanted to go, but I might go tonight or I will go tomorrow. But let me show you what else I got. You might be like, Brooke, why do you need a 10-foot long folding table? And I just need another place in the storage room to put stuff so that I'm not always out in our family area. And so it was $10. Really can't beat that. And then if I do set up at a show, I have furniture that I can set stuff out on.
Okay, I had to make a phone call about taxes, and so you know what's gonna happen is they are going to end up calling me, but I'm gonna just show you real quick the other things that I didn't get to show you. So here's what it looks like. I actually saw it from this direction on the shelf, and I'm gonna tell you what drew me to it was simply the guy's name, the signature. Guess what it is? It's like a miniature drafting table. So you've got the little ruler, whatever you call that, not a compass, whatever you call it, and the little oh, this is like a long ruler, square, and so it's all taped together. But how cute is that? Like a homemade child one. I got this. I do like religious stuff, but why did I get the arched frame? It's gorgeous with the flat and the arched. I don't know if you saw when I was sharing the folding table. I do. From the move, I saved 2 of my arched windows. When we moved, I literally sold pretty much everything. You can see that those arched windows are in the garage, and I haven't done anything with them. But I think this leaning in front of that, because they're both the same shape, would look really good. It's not in perfect condition or anything, but you know me, that doesn't really bother me. So I grabbed this, and this person frames like I do. Don't hate me. Birds of America. What's the guy's name? Audubon. So I was a little worried when the cover was bent, but guess what? That's my receipt. Probably have lost that for years. But the rest of it is not. I never even looked for the copyright year, which is, how can it be so hard? It says printed and bound in Japan. More information on page 104. I mean, what the heck? How can there not be a publishing year? Let's go to page 104 because it's going to bother me. And then these pages aren't even numbered. There. Commentary is just talking about on the covers. So I guess who knows when the years are, but look at these pictures. Every page has a huge colored bird graphic. There are like 100 prints on this. You don't even want to know what I paid for it. $5 for this big bad boy. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. And it was in Nicole's booth, who I had just met here in the last month or so. And so I want to help support her. So I looked in her booth maybe longer than I normally would have, which is a benefit to her. She made $5 that she wanted, and I got a freaking awesome book. Then my mom used to have these all the time. I have had tons of them over the year. I probably threw away a bunch of them when I moved, but these were $1 each, so 5 for $5, and then the booth was 50% off. So I got 2 sets of square, well, they're really rectangular, but then 2 really long and skinny ones. It seems like all of my utensils are too long for the smaller ones that I have. And I'm still trying to figure out organization in the kitchen, which someday I will share a video on that, and in our bathroom. And so this is cheaper than buying new. I'll just have to clean them really good. And then there's more in those booths. This lady must have had a couple booths because she had a shit ton of these. And if I like them or decide I need more, then I can go and get more, because even at full price, I'm fine with paying $1 for those. Look at this little shovel. It is a nice heavy one. It's just metal. It's not like cast or anything, but it's got better weight. It's not tin, and it's petite. And then the same place I got that table, I got this. It's like rubber. Well, I guess that's not rubber. That's like a pizza pan. This is rubber. This is purple. This is rubber. But that basket, and they come together, so I don't know. That basket that I thrifted, I have a drip pan inside it, But I also have the pot sitting up on some cottage cheese containers now. It was a Tide Pod container, which you've seen in a video. But because of that, I feel like the water goes everywhere. So I'm hoping that this will work under the basket, but it's so low profile that you won't be able to see it. It'll still look like the basket's sitting on there, so we'll see. So this here is what I'm talking about. So this is on a plant stand. This is on, I don't know, I think it's just a stool base, but somebody said it was a grinding stone base. And so I know just looking at that, turn my video off somehow. I know that looking at that, it's not going to be big enough, but that's fine because I still want it to have this look, but I want this to help keep the moisture off my wooden floors. I don't want to ruin them. And then whenever I actually find something better than cottage cheese containers for down there, I'll probably cover this up with moss a little bit. Okay, so I got it centered under there. I think the height is perfect, so you can kind of see it. Okay, I got the tape off and haven't unstacked them all, but most of them are pretty clean. This one is probably the dirtiest. And it says something about back in the day them being 34 cents. So I would say these haven't even been used. Another interesting thing that I saw looking at it, this says B. Oh, it's B. I thought it said beef plastics. And I was like, what the heck? I mean, I don't know if a B is any better, but still. So these are going to get washed and then we'll start putting them into a new home. Hey guys, so yesterday I had to kind of limit where I went because I had to pick up cash from school. So I went to Armadillo this morning and I am a couple aisles in and I'm just going to show you what I've grabbed so far. Well, first off, I moved over to Debbie's booth. I'll tag her. But this little basket is so cute, like a little laundry basket. I think that I need to get it. I also picked up these sleigh bells. This thing is huge. Okay, Atumwa people. This side opens and the other side, the bottom, is the same print. Okay, I'm sorry, this shouldn't be dirty, but just doesn't seem proportional. Oh my goodness, this baby book is just so precious. Normally when I find books like this, they've never been written in, or maybe they've been written in a little bit, but not completely. Don't have pictures like this one does. I mean, this one is complete. Well, obviously I have good taste because I saw this swimsuit and I'm like, this is awesome. One, it would never fit me because my chest is not even remotely the right size. But look at the price. And yes, I am taking my socks off in the middle of the store because they keep sliding down and are just beyond annoying. Whew. So this is Friday because my husband didn't feel the best, and so I ended up taking Cash to practice last night, and I was planning on going to Brass while they were at football. But I ended up being the one at football. So I went this morning. I did find some good things. Make sure you click subscribe and ring the bell. Give me a like. And definitely follow me over on Instagram and or Facebook. So this is one of the things that I picked up at Brass. Looks like it's got a few different layers of mint green and rusty awesome chippiness. Love it. And then I stood and researched this bell for a long time because I wanted to make sure that it was old and I wanted to kind of know what it was. So they did have sleigh bell on the tag, but this brass piece would have been attached to this board later just so it could go in a house, because really this would have gone on like a harness or now I'm drawing a blank on what they're even called, but the horse tack piece that's going to go on the back of the horse, especially I think for parades more than anything. So as the horse moved, you have this beautiful sound. So it's gorgeous, great sound, and now you can have it in the house, or you could even easily unscrew it, unmount it, and put it back on a horse. I love paintbrushes. You know, I have a ton in a vase under a cloche, and this one was the right price, so I grabbed it. I really grabbed this probably more for myself because I would need too much out of it to resell it, but it has a little chip in it. I still went ahead and got it because I don't know if you can see the crackling, and I need to get it with this other one and see what they look like, but I think they're the same brand. They are the same brand. So this is the one that I got a while back, and I shared that I have it over there with my MJB tins, and this one doesn't have chips or anything. It actually has better crackling on it than the one that I just picked up. I mean, this one has crackling too, but not as much. I think they're the same exact bowl, which is fine. I will probably put, like turn a bowl upside down and maybe set it inside. I don't know. I'm probably gonna crack it and break it some more. I'll probably just set them different places in my house because this is my color. And then I am not really a basket person. I know I'm in the minority and like everyone likes baskets. Take them or leave them for the most part for me. They have to be pretty cool. But this one, does that not look like a doll laundry basket or what? It looks amazing. Amazingly cute. So I could set this on my dryer, even though my dryer has a little bit of a slant to it, which note to self when you're purchasing a new washer and dryer, make sure they're flat so you can put decor on them. I'm still kicking myself for that. But I could put this in the cabinet above it. I am working on the laundry room because I raised up the dryer and I lined up the vent holes. I shared this on Instagram. I don't think I did any landscape recording for YouTube, but the hole in the wall was up here. The hole in the dryer was down here. So we had the coil stuff going, but that made it sit off the wall like 8 inches at least, which made the room that's already narrow. Like if you had a laundry basket on the floor, you had to like skinnily shimmy your way to the other side of the room. And so I just got really pissed off and lifted it up on some 2x4s and lined up the holes. I did that all on my own. Yes, my back hurt later. And now I need to like finish doing whatever I'm gonna do. I need to paint. I wanna put a little skirt there so you can't see the 2x4s up on the ground, and I wanna decorate in there, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But if you've moved, or even if you haven't, if you're just working on a house, you know it's a process. You can want to do something and then it still take forever to get to it. Also picked up an ironstone platter, and it does have a nice marking on it. And that's all I got at Brass. So I had enough platters for this, but I took one off. I can't even remember why. And just by chance, my new one nests in there perfectly. This rack and the platters are for sale, not the dog food. Hey guys, I go picking every week, and be sure to follow me along. See you next week.